I said, how we doing? Welcome to Roscoe's Tavern for the RuPaul's Drag Race viewing party of All Stars 9, baby.
Hi, Roscoe's.
We're back.
Are we good? Are we ready to have a good time?
Yes. We are.
Would you ladies have a seat, please?
We survived your birthday, the first week of Pride.
You know, this month is quite a lot for people in the LGBTQ plus community. And listen, anyone that works in the service industry, at the gay bars, it's a lot. So kudos make some noise for everyone working today at Roscoe's. We here in Chicago, we get 2 weekends. We get Pride Fest.
And then the parade.
And the parade on Sunday.
Yes.
Yeah, so it's a lot here. Right?
I don't want to be gay no more. I'm tired. I'm tired.
But you know what? In California, there's like LA Pride, then there's West Hollywood Pride, which is the same. So it's like, oh, okay, it's just like two different committees. They want to
just another way to party.
Just another way. But listen, I'd rather it be oversaturated than none at all, right?
Absolutely.
Right. And we have a special guest joining us for Pride today.
We do. She came. Yeah, we have two of them. One of which is getting ready because her flight came in a little late. And so she's still getting ready, but she'll be here shortly. But we have one that flew in from New York. She was celebrating Pride in New York. Came to have fun with us, and then she goes right back to New York.
Yes.
Yeah. So do you wanna bring her on?
Yeah. Yes. From season 11, All Star 6, and Versus the World. Y'all make so much noise for Scarlet and V.
Scarlet! What? Ow. Yeah, she came in with a cocktail and all.
She's and a two-piece.
She's here, girl. Hi, Chicago. What's up? Hi.
Here. No, we could clear this for you, boo. Come on, go ahead.
It's okay. I'm just making sure I don't open my legs. I'm not wearing any panties. Don't tell anyone.
In true Batty fashion, she doesn't have panties on.
True, truly. Happy belated, by the way.
Thank you so much. Yes. Appreciate that. Yeah,
and happy Pride.
Yes. Real quick, I want to send this. Last week we had Chanel in the house. I want to send a little shout out to Chanel because not only did she come here and she was just absolutely amazing. We were all hanging off every word that she was saying, but even afterward, she messaged back, "Thank you for having me." Does video. There's just a certain level of professionalism that comes with old school. And that needs to be not only appreciated, but highlighted. So Chanel, thank you so much for being such a professional. We love and adore you here at Roscoe's. And the door will always be open for you.
Just because she showed up with some panties on, girl.
She wore panties, okay?
And she was also on time.
Yeah.
Gag. True.
She was on time.
Well, let's give it up for our next special guest.
Who is not on time. No, listen. You guys have seen her on the screen. That don't take 5 minutes. It don't even take an hour, girl. It's like, what, 3, I think? No, I'm just kidding. If she says 3 hours, I'm going to gag. But,
okay.
No, but she's still getting ready. She'll be here soon. Before we get started, I want to go ahead and let everyone watching at home, YouTube, VIP members and non-VIP, if you have not subscribed, please go ahead and do so. And if you have not joined VIP, what the hell are you waiting for? Go ahead and click on VIP. And what do they click on? It's like something to... There's like a link or something?
Somewhere. A link, a join button. But for $1.99, hit subscribe.
You
can get early access to all of our viewing parties, and you can get your questions in for our guests coming in previous weeks. Or
totally.
Weeks.
And you get shout-outs and all that good stuff. I know there's a link or there's something somewhere. God, and then you pay the $1.99 and all that good stuff.
Ooh, girl.
Yeah. I love it. Okay, so Scarlet, we were just talking upstairs, and we talked about the fact that it's fun to watch when you're not on the season, right? So have you been watching this season?
I have been, yes. I've been watching. I've been caught up. I think I've missed maybe one episode, but I think it's exciting because it's getting a little spicy.
Yeah.
You know, we're starting to get emotional.
Yeah. Do you have a favorite?
Yeah, she's just not here yet.
She's
good
it's
answer.
True though. Yeah, Angie is my favorite. She's You know what? I have a lot of loyalties with my season 11 sisters. I don't know if anyone remembers way back in the day of season 11. We have the most people from our season on All Stars officially now.
So,
Fun fact.
You mean like the whole cast has pretty much already ran through All Stars?
With
right?
a few exceptions.
Which
Name
ones are
'em.
those? Name them.
Brooklyn has
The
them.
people who have not?
Yeah.
Oh, God.
Well, Brooklyn, right?
Yeah, I mean, I think
But
Brooklyn
she's never-
counts, though. She hosts a franchise. I think that counts.
Totally, yeah. Yeah, we'll do that. We'll count
Sugar
that.
Cane has yet to be on an All-Star.
Okay. Who else?
Has Nina West been on an All-Star?
Stop. Scarlet, you just got here.
What a
I
way to
just
get
get it.
You are not
I'm
2
the
minutes
drama.
into this, girl.
Is it me?
I love. You.
Yes,
it's you. It's
Is
you.
it me?
It's you.
Let's see. Who else? Mercedes Iman Diamond has yet to be on an All-Stars. Let's say it together. Opulence.
You own everything.
Yeah, that one. Okay.
Yeah, it's kind of, it's been a long time. But yeah, that's it. Yeah, you earn everything. Who else was on my... Ariel Versace,
Oh,
thank
Ariel.
you. Ariel
Oh, yeah,
Versace
Ariel.
has yet to be on. Sorry?
Who?
She
Oh,
literally
yes.
just did All Stars.
Kahana
Kahana
All-Stars
Montrese
night.
has been on All-Stars.
She has been on All Stars. The fact that you don't remember is shady boots. Wait. To her defense, the don't even look like the same
Okay,
person.
I was about
That's
to say,
true.
she has a whole
Let's-
different breed
Let's
now.
be honest. The snapped and stuffed and brand new.
But for me, it was the confidence of her saying,
Kahana.
No.
You would have, if you see Kahana then and then you see her now, you would have said the same. Okay, so are we ready to get this shindig started?
Let's do it.
All right, let's do it. Give it up for Angeria!
Yeah.
Yes, Angeria.
Oh my goodness.
Come on, Angie.
Welcome back, Diva.
Welcome.
Yes.
Fun fact, Angeria actually took this out of my suitcase. So yeah, you look great in this, Diva.
How are you, baby? You good?
Okay, hold on.
How are you?
I'm good. Hey.
Welcome. We just witnessed you taking such a beautiful photo.
In London.
Yeah.
Yeah. They didn't let me in the palace, but it was fine.
It's
fine.
It was breathtaking. We live. Okay, so we're gonna get right back into the show, and then we'll talk some more later. Go ahead, Mikey. Thank you. Okay. Well, welcome our two guests one more time. Welcome. Angeria, how have you been, my love?
Awful.
Yeah.
I've been wonderful. I'm riding the ride, and
Yeah.
it's sickening.
Yeah. Now, how excited were you to get this call? And is it a decision that you knew right away, or is it something you juggled with?
So I already knew that I was going to do it because I literally told them, keep me in mind, because I was asked for 8. And then I said, I don't want to do that so soon, but keep me in mind for 9, and then I'll come do it. And then I literally sent a message like, hey, don't forget me on 9. And then they called.
you really?
So yeah, I believe that closed mouths do not get fed, closed books don't get read. Amen. So sometimes you have to say something. I feel like it's so many girls that are like they won't call me, and my response to them is always, well, did you express interest? Did you let them know that you want to? Because it's a lot of us. Girl, it's 50,000 Rue girls at this point. You can't expect the people to know that you want to be back on All Stars. Sometimes you got to open up your mouth and let them know. So I did that.
Also, you're ridiculously hilarious. Good to be. We love watching you. That's not a hard sell, girl.
Thank you.
It's not a hard sell. We're really happy to see you on there. Okay, so let's go back a little bit. This is a non-elimination season, so the little bit of drama that we are getting is you and Roxy going back and forth, snipping each other. Listen, the last time I thought I think we all said we all agreed, we're like, she should have chose Roxy just because, you know what I mean, like to start to. Did you How did you decide with Gottmik for real? And did you consider snipping Roxy?
So I did not consider snipping Roxy. Like, I knew I wasn't, just because she didn't do it to me, even though she did scare the shit out of me that week. But technically she did not go through with it. She did not do it. So I was like, that would be a real move. Sickening, y'all would have lived, but
We would have lived. Oh, we would have
you would have lived. But yeah, I was like, maybe not do that. So I had already told myself that I wasn't gonna snip her, so that was literally everybody else that was left, and out of everybody, in my mind, I was like, well, Gottmik did snip me. And then, no shade, I did think about what they had been saying all day, because they said it over and over again. They was like, well, maybe you should block other people so they don't catch up. So I'm like, well, girl, she ain't catching up. So, and I owe her.
Scarlet, how would you play the game? Would you snip the person who has the most badges or your biggest competition?
Well, I think I would probably I think I would snip my competition, I think.
It's a competition.
It's a competition. And also, speaking of snipping, I just want to remind everyone, it's not what you think I'm going to say.
I'm scared.
I think I was actually the first to pull out some scissors on the main stage. Which I think was actually against the rules. You know, I never asked for permission. I just kind of asked for forgiveness. Like, sorry, like I had these scissors hidden in my bra. And I chopped them and I just threw them into the abyss. I hope everyone is okay. I never actually checked on that.
Didn't Ginger cut herself out of her titties with Sasha Bell?
I don't remember.
Okay. You were the first. We'll leave it at that. You were the first.
Okay, so one more question before we go back to the show. One of the standouts of this season is that everyone looks like they're having so much fun. How true is that?
It's 99% true. It is. Like, honestly, if it looks like we're having a blast, we really are, because when you go back, or at least for me, it's so much more like relaxed and more comfortable. And like, I'm having the best time, I think, at this point with like Ru on the stage, honestly. Like the first time I was like so nervous and like starstruck every time I was around her. So I didn't feel like I was, you know, or I felt like I was getting used to her. And then this time I come back and I'm like, hey girl, hey mama. Like, so I was having, like, at this point of the competition, I'm having like so much fun, and I'm a little lit too. So I be getting tipsy in the Untucked. So that helps. So when people always be like, I love all the stuff that you be doing when you be going around acting like you trying to figure out who to snip and all that kind of stuff. And I'm like, that's because I am Tipsy Boots. I am Tipsy Boots, and RuPaul is laughing her ass off, and I'm milking it for everything it's worth. So call it dramatic, Roxy. I was having a ball.
I'm glad. Not everyone's experienced it, so you could just tell that you guys are having a good time. I absolutely love that. All right, let's go back to the show.
All right. We're getting into the design challenge, where they have to make a garment based on one of RuPaul's songs. I can't wait to see how these turn out. But before we jump into that, Angeria, we had Chanel here last week, and she was saying how close y'all got on the show and some tips and tricks y'all helped each other out with. How was it for you getting to watch someone we've all like watched since the beginning, and as well as compete with her? How was that for you?
It felt amazing. It felt like a full circle moment, because I've literally been watching Drag Race like since her season. Like, I watched it in real time. I was probably like 14 or something. What you mean?
Calm down, you old.
We know it was a long time ago, okay?
Every person in this room that is older than you is like, that's really what that was about. Like, that's what it is.
No, but it felt amazing. I literally told her that the first time we were in Untucked, we had this whole like Kiki moment, just me and her, where I literally told her like it feels great to be sitting like next to her and being in the competition with her because I literally watched her before drag was a part of my life, before like I was even like living like gay or anything. So to, you know, be sitting next to her and like successfully doing drag on TV, it was just like, okay, I had felt like I had made it.
And you
I
have.
did. In that moment, I felt like I made it. I was sitting next to Chanel.
No, Chanel spoke highly of you. It's lovely to see.
All right, so Ru's coming through, and we're doing a little walkthrough with all the girls. We had some moments where some girls, you know, got to touch her. I didn't see Nina's outfit at all during this, but you had a moment with her that was more so like, hey, I have this, and I want your opinion. We're gonna see how this is gonna turn out. But when you're asking this, like you said, you're comfortable, a little more comfortable with her now than you have been the first season. What was going through your mind? I mean, you obviously had the gall and the gumption to ask her.
Yeah. Like I said, I never would have did that on season 14. Right. Like this time, I just felt more comfortable to be like, okay, we're obviously here to impress you. So, kind of like, what do you want to see? And I never would have asked her that, but I was just like, why not? Like, I feel like that's why we're doing these walkthroughs. Let me actually get like her help and her advice.
I love it.
Did you guys clock when Ru tells Georgia, she's like, you've really changed. It's been really great. She's like, yeah, I mean, I'm having so much fun. Then she's like, yeah, you haven't won any challenges in a while. You're like, well, thanks. Like, she brought her
humble real quickly.
She was feeling so proud about herself.
That was that very RuPaul. I kind of live for that. Okay. I did have... okay, so let me ask you this. When you were choosing the snip and you explained the... you kind of reiterated Plastique's whole method, did you truly believe that method or was that BS?
I didn't think it was full BS. The part that stuck with me was, no matter who it is, maybe you should stop looking at who has the most, and you should just start looking at everybody else, because it did make sense in my mind that if they don't, like if you stop them from catching up, that's just better chances for you being in the three, because at the end of the day, there can only be three. So if you stop people, because when she did say it, like I was like, that's kind of smart. No shade. Like, that is kind of smart. And I hadn't even thought about it like that at all. Like, the whole time I was like, ooh, I got to block this because she got so many. And then I was like, well, that does make sense, because if, like, Roxy is already, like, here, and she's already going to be here, and she's probably going to be here anyway, let's focus on everybody else and just stop them from getting there, especially if I'm already getting badges myself.
Absolutely. We talked about it last week, and we said it makes complete sense, especially when it's more than one person going to be in the top. You have three, is it? Is that what? Or I don't know how many.
Three.
Three. So there's three going to be in the top. So it's like, if one has three, she's going to be in, you know what I mean? So
But
it's like,
also, she was snipped by Roxy, Mick, and Vanjie. So yes, you're validated in that.
Yeah. Oh, totally. No, yeah, I love it. All right, let's go back to the show.
Period.
Chaos is chaos.
Before we get into what we just saw, we do have VIP members that submit questions, and they're really fun this week. We have a VIP question for Scarlet from Jesus in Chicago. Hey, Jesus. The question is, did you want to swing on Hannah for that response to why she picked your lipstick? No, it's not. You gotta go ahead. Let me see. No, usually.
Okay, what about now? Okay. Well, when you said swing on Hannah, the first thing I thought was like by Vines, like swinging, and I was like, I don't know what. Yeah, no, violence is never the answer.
On Drag Race.
No, ever, Naysha, ever.
Okay, yeah, no, that's what I thought she meant. Yeah.
No, I think I got exactly what I wanted out of that moment with Hannah, which was like, we all know, right? Like, we all knew kind of what was going on. So I just wanted to like kind of put it out there, you know? I think I got exactly what I needed, but no, I was never thinking I needed to punch her in the face.
And
Jesus Christ.
Did that come over you when Roxy was about to snip you for the second time?
Did I want to swing on her?
Yes.
Maybe if she had actually did it, yes.
Because a lot of people are saying they don't believe that she didn't know where y'all were at. Because the girls, they see where you're sitting. You hear y'all walking up there. What are your thoughts?
The only reason I thought that she knew was because I literally was screaming and yelling at this woman. Like, I fully was like, I'm right here, don't do it. Like when I knew she was close to me, I was loud as but she's just still like this. And I'm just like, girl, okay.
The dramatics of it all. Okay. We like to see.
Scarlet, with this this type of format, would you go back to All Stars with this format?
You know what? I really like being on TV. I'll just be honest with you guys. I think I really like being on TV. I don't know. It's all yes, I think so. Absolutely, because it's for charity. I think at the end of the day, I think that's a great reason to go. Yeah, I would. I mean, I don't know. I mean, the girls who come back 3, 4, 5 times, they start to get some. After a while.
Shady, don't you say
the girls are coming back 4 times now.
4, 5, 6 times, yeah. And so I feel like, it gets a little bit different every time they come back.
Yeah.
They're a little less welcomed back, which scares the out of me, girl. Like, I don't know. I've always been fairly well received by everyone who has taste. So I don't want to, on that, I just want to, keep things pumping and, come to Roscoe's,
So what you're saying is UK versus the world was rigged.
Speaking of rigged, we have a question from Mike Weave. Mike says, can you spill any tea on that clearly rigged finale of UK versus?
You know what? I was shocked, I will be honest. I'm not a producer, so I don't know what was going on. But I will say, Miss Marina Summers has a very bright future ahead of her. And I think that everything happens for a reason, and I think this is going to serve her better. I think it all shook out exactly the way it was. I think Tia Coffee's a fantastic entertainer and a good friend of mine, and I think it happened exactly the way it was supposed to happen for everyone. In the moment, you can see, it's literally televised, my jaw did hit the ground. Yes. I mean, I have a hard time not having my thoughts all over my face. So...
Same.
Was there any alternative endings filmed, or it was just one?
Yes, there was 3 endings filmed.
Wow.
Can I say that?
There's usually
there was 3 endings filmed.
Absolutely.
Yes, you can say that here.
Yeah, there's no problem.
It's just us, right? We're not being filmed,
Absolutely.
right?
No cameras. Everything's good.
Let Naysha tell it. We can say everything here.
Theron is one of the producers. We talk all the time, and he gives me the green light for these types of things. So say whatever you'd like.
Oh, okay. Well, in that case...
Is it safe to assume one for each of the girls and then maybe a tie, or was there another person?
You're correct. There was a tie. There was a tie, and we all thought that the tie would air.
Yeah.
Is what we all assumed would happen.
I thought that too. Because I watched all 3. Because I did Binge Queens.
Yes,
I watched all 3 endings.
Oh, TTT.
So did you give 3 different reactions for Binge Queens?
Yeah, were you like...
Yeah, you have to.
Did you do 3 different reactions for?
Yeah, well, you have to.
No, not when I did Binge Queens. When I did Binge Queens,
so
they
didn't
show us the finale. They didn't show us. They didn't say anything. They were like, just clap and say like, "Oh, congrats to our new queen."
Oh no, they fully have us like actually react like the same we would at the finale.
Right.
Yeah.
For some reason, they didn't trust you.
They did not trust you, Scarlet. They knew Angie was coming back to All Stars. They said, we're going to trust her. We're going to show her all 3 of the bitches.
They said, just smile and clap, and we'll insert it wherever we need to.
Yeah. I love that, actually.
Speaking of, by the way, you are so good on Binge Queens. I loved you on Binge Queens. You guys watch Binge Queens, anyone?
Yes.
It's just funny.
All right, let's go and see how this turns out. I'm very curious to see. Oh, wait, Mikey, before we go. Okay, really quick. Angeria, you decide to change your entire outfit after you've done this jumpsuit. What was wrong with the jumpsuit? Like, we saw you put it on, but we didn't see you, like, actually wear the whole thing. Like,
I thought it looked good.
Yeah, we didn't get to... So what was wrong with the jumpsuit that you had to?
So one silhouette I'm not good at is that one. Don't know why I did that to myself. But yeah, I'm still trying to figure out how to do a catsuit because the problem is I make it too short. So even though this was fitting good, this top was probably like right here. Like how Roxy was like to Nina, oh, this is for toddlers and tiaras. That's how I felt. When I put it on, I was like, oh. And you know they only give you so much fabric. So I'm like, oh, I'm gonna have to pivot because I don't even have enough fabric to like remake the idea I was trying to do. Right. So I tried like 3 different silhouettes that day.
I think I would have gone out, girl.
Yeah,
It's a pair of pants and that's it.
Because my problem in like design challenges is that instead of just picking what I'm good at and just doing it and then adding on to it, I like try to challenge myself and try all these like new things. And once I see that I'm not liking the direction it's going, I will change it. And then I end up wasting time and then just telling myself, hey, let's just wear something that's going to be presentable and look good.
But at least you take the time to challenge yourself because that's what Drag Race is about.
Absolutely.
You know.
And I'm going to give you guys a little tea on the fabric stuff.
Naysha spills secrets about fabric.
So you know where the stairs where Ru comes out, you know, that wall right there, right? She comes out. Behind that wall, there's 2 director chairs. And it's usually, and not a lot of girls know this, but it's usually RuPaul and Raven sitting there on a monitor watching what's going on in the workroom.
I didn't know that.
Look, she just fell.
I didn't know that.
So there's times that you guys that the contestants are having conversations, and there's stuff. She's watching you guys. She's watching right. Literally on the other side of the wall, on the screen right there, there's 2. And that's usually RuPaul and Raven. Anyway, right next to those chairs, there's a huge bin of fabrics. And there's been a contestant or 2 that have gone to that bin and got more fabric. Because what happens is the entire set gets put in storage. So everything that doesn't get used, all that gets put in storage. So when they come back and bring everything back, they bring everything, the fabrics, everything that's like on set. Even if they're not going to put it on set, they'll have it like in the back, and you know that one wall with all the stuff. Well, there's a box there. There's girls that if they run out of shit, they make their way behind the wall, then they start fishing.
They say,
through the box.
"Excuse me, can I go to the restroom? I'll be right back."
Exactly. Now, I
didn't know that.
I literally just the box is probably going to be gone.
No more boxes.
I just realized that. But all right, let's go back to the show.
No boxes and no Venmos.
Period.
Yes. I told Angeria right now, I said, I live. That in your description you said, I'm wearing a sickening leotard. She said, you got to sell that.
And sickening chaps. Yeah, you got to make them believe it just in case they don't.
So tell me the thought process. What you were like, I'm going to just go with something that I'm way more familiar with. And how long did it take you?
Yeah, so because I had wasted so much time, it probably took me maybe like 2 or 3 like hours. And that was just like a portion of the time because like I said, I had wasted so much time just being indecisive. Going back to the drawing board and going back to the drawing board until I finally was like, I've made this silhouette before.
Yeah.
I'm doing this. I know I can trust this, so.
I saw you wearing a skirt. Did you make that skirt? And then you wasted that time if you did.
Yeah, I wasted that time.
Oh my God.
Too, yeah.
Okay.
I told you, that was my 3rd, like, design that I landed on.
Oh my God.
And by that time, I was like, girl, this it.
Yeah. And then you did Chanel's dress.
Yeah. So, no. I did not do her dress.
I mean, you helped her.
See, that's how the girls be getting you. And you did Chanel's dress.
You helped her.
I helped her.
Yeah.
I did.
Yeah.
I didn't do the dress. She put all of the accoutrements and all that kind of
Yeah.
stuff on the girl, and
Spell that for me.
I just sewed the back end. What I told her, I said
Every needs a
1,
dictionary.
2, yeah, foyer.
Foyer.
Yeah, it wasn't Chanel's foyer, so I had to help her.
I want to give some props to my season 11 girl, Nina West. Look,
Okay, listen.
She looked incredible.
That
she finished, and I literally said, Nina, that is like I told her I thought that she could have been in the top.
Yeah.
Because I just thought for her especially, she really was in there topping herself.
Why for her especially?
Naysha?
Because we know. No, I got it. Wait a minute. Naysha ain't finna get me. I got it. Hold on.
Get her.
I know how to answer. No, because we know that that in the design challenges, it's normally not her foyer. So.
Listen, I am going to say it. It is the best thing Nina has worn all season.
Yeah, she looked
She
amazing.
looked absolutely phenomenal.
Yeah.
The way that she coordinated too, the corset, the gloves,
The details,
and
they were
the
all
detail of
there,
it.
yeah.
It was beautiful, and it wasn't short, it wasn't big, the fit was
Yeah.
great. It was.
Yeah.
She looked beautiful. Kudos.
And she was
to-
so committed.
Yeah.
Like when we were there, she was so committed to getting that done for herself, and that's why when she finished, I was like, you turned it.
While I was giving props to my season 11 girls, I think we also need to talk about Plastique. She looked
Yeah.
amazing.
Oh my
Wow.
gosh.
Wow.
Girl.
How?
Incredible.
Incredible.
Low key, turning the looks with the shit she brought, and then she pulls this there too,
And made it.
and
Yeah.
makes it.
I'm snipping her.
It's- I'm whooping her ass. Is what I'm doing.
I'm
seriously,
cutting all of her
so
wigs.
sickening, so sickening. And I love the way she's like, "Oh, I don't know if I'm gonna man it." You knew. You knew you were.
If you looked at it, she was still putting things together while the girls were doing their makeup. Angie, you were as well. Were you still
Yeah.
sewing while the
Yeah.
girls were doing their makeup? And
Yeah.
Plastique did her makeup fairly quickly because they commented
Yeah.
on that. So they really were down to the
Was
crunch
she?
with that.
Is that accurate, Angeria? Was she really still
Oh yeah,
working till the end?
Yeah, she
till
was.
The very
Yeah,
end?
she was still working. They literally were as long as you're okay with cutting into your get ready time, go ahead. And she was like, I'm not done. I'm still, because she gave herself a big order, a tall order, but she turned it.
Another look that got a lot of praise from the audience was Roxy Andrews' looks. What were your thoughts on them, Diva?
Oh, loved it. But like RuPaul said, surprise to no one. That when it comes to a sewing machine, that's the girl. She is that girl. She is that girl.
Yeah, that's my favorite design. Design challenges are my favorite ones for sure. And I'm always curious as to who can do it. It's either they can do almost anything or they can do almost nothing. There's very few times it's in between. Yeah, I think she killed it. Amazing.
I love that you said that because some of your designs on the show are literally some of my favorites.
Oh,
you be turning it on the sewing machine too.
Thank you.
She does. Almost every time, girl, you was turning it.
Yeah, let's make it more about me.
So
Why not?
So wait, we talked about.
Let's keep talking about it. I want to talk about Gottmik.
Yeah, that's
because
what I was gonna
that was literally couture, made,
Yeah.
braided, and put together. Tell me about this look on the runway because you got to see it in person. Was it really shiny? It's really hard for us to tell. No, listen.
How shiny was it?
Did
Was it really shiny
because it
in
did, and
person?
the texture of the fabric and the light being so white, it looked good. You could tell the difference of the silver and gold, and it fit her to the T. I just wanted to know, you being a seamstress as well, you're great at what you do. I want to know what you want to know about these girls. What
On
was
a
the
scale of
tea?
1 to 10,
So-
how shiny was it?
I was like, so what's the question? Was it shiny?
Was it
That's the
shiny?
question. Oh, yes.
Because it fit.
Well, yes, it was shining.
Okay,
Yes.
Angie.
Sister, it was sequin.
Wait.
Yeah, it was this.
Let's be honest, and this is no shade. It looked a little basic. did it look better in person?
That's what I'm asking.
But see,
on
Tammy did not say that. She
Because-
said,
right.
well, was it shiny?
Right. That was a shiny.
That's
but
what you
What
wanna
she
know.
meant was, on camera, it looked a little basic. But in person, can you see the dimensions a whole lot better and
Of
the work
course,
and craftsmanship?
yes, yeah, of
because
course.
she said she
Of
spent a
course.
whole lot of time.
No, she did though.
Yeah,
like
exactly.
she literally was committed to like braiding every single like thing and then putting it onto the dress and
And it fit like a glove. Like it
It
fit
did,
her
yeah.
like snatched.
Yeah.
It was really
Yeah.
snatched. It
I
looked
liked
beautiful.
the
like it was
hair. I
it was
think
really
the hair
well
was
made. Like it was really well made.
The hair. She had like this gold
The hair was
blonde
beautiful.
in her like
Girl.
normal
Beautiful.
black wig. Yeah, I thought
Yeah,
that was
and the purse I felt like was my favorite part of the look.
She had the lock purse?
Yeah. The purse was huge. She
Okay,
was
yeah.
like I think the only one who created an accessory.
Okay.
Yeah, she was like the only one that created an accessory. I thought it was cute.
What about Vanessa Vanjie? How do we feel about hers? Did you?
She was charismatic.
It was. Wow.
No, I think she did fine. I think she did good. She made herself a little dress. She did the thing. But she was very charismatic, you know. I mean,
Made herself a little dress. Little
Did the thing.
She did. She
Yeah.
did.
Angie, how did you feel about that one?
What? Oh,
Vanjie's outfit.
Yeah. Oh no, I liked it. I liked it. I mean, it was very Vanjie. It was very hoochie mama. Like, girl, that's her. That's her drag. That's her thing. Like,
I like
and I think that's the thing with it. It's like with Vanjie, she definitely has all like that as her style. Like, she's like, I'm an around the way girl. This me. This hoochie coochie mama. Vanjie fish. This her.
Yeah.
This her thing. So whenever she gives it to me, I'm like, no matter whether you like it or not, you like, well, it's Vanjie.
Yeah. I loved it, and I loved it because it was just giving very, like, there are no eliminations.
And that is a read,
Naysha,
baby.
that is what that dress was giving,
That
bitch.
is a read, Miss
Bitch,
Thing.
that dress
It's giving,
was giving.
it's
I
giving
going home.
very, it's
It was
giving
saying-
very non-elimination.
It was giving not a, it was telling Plastique, you do all that shit. I'm doing this.
It was Angie.
Go ahead, Plastique. Work, yes. That's what that dress gave.
you gonna let my sister be proud of her dress.
I'm
and
proud
her
of it. I'm proud of it. I live. All right, let's go back to the show and see how this turns
Wait.
out.
We didn't get our thoughts on Georges.
We didn't get. Oh wait!
Georgia.
Don't put that back.
Two more divas.
Sorry,
We got
sorry.
Georgia
Do we have
and
two?
Chanel.
And
And
Chanel.
Chanel too.
Oh, okay.
You asking me about
You know-
everybody? You ain't even asked me about my self.
You were the first one we talked about. You were the first one we talked about. Right.
You got-
Let's
you got
talk
hot.
about Georges because she
Yeah.
was really about the same kind of
Yeah.
energy as.
Yeah.
Angie.
what was the same kind of energy, Naysha?
No. What I was saying was.
It's giving what?
No.
What was the reason?
Listen. Georges was sickening. It was cute. It was just. It was fun. It was.
I did think it was good.
No, but
Wait, what did somebody say in the audience?
He said it was okay.
Somebody said it was okay.
It was giving meet and greet.
I liked it.
not
It
it
was
was
fun.
giving meet and greet.
I liked it. It was
Not even
fun.
like Friday night at the show or like
No, she would wear that for the show.
No, but it was
It
it was
embellished,
cute.
it was
And
cute.
like you said, she's so small. Like she's so
Yeah.
tiny. Everything doesn't have to be like you don't have to go to the scale of Plastique if you didn't want to, or if that's not your thing.
And if
you know,
and when you're that little,
that's
when you're
everybody's
that-
thing.
and you don't have, you know,
When you're that little, you will get lost in like
You said
that.
what?
What happened?
you should. Well, no, we're talking about scale though. I mean, like in size. Like she
Yeah,
doesn't
yeah,
have to. I mean, girl, let's be honest. We've seen some design challenges, girl, where it's literally just like boop, boop, boop. That's it.
And that's it.
Like that's
Yeah.
it.
Yeah.
And the judges be like, that was everything.
Yeah.
So if it's your thing, girl, I mean, y'all saw my
But let's
season.
be- listen,
she
but-
did win the design challenge on my season.
Yeah,
so
she did.
In a similar garment too, right?
in a similar
was
garment.
very similar.
It was yellow and
she
green.
said it worked last
Was.
time.
Well,
So-
also, let's be honest. The fit was perfect.
Yeah.
It fit her to a T.
Yeah.
And I promise you,
Yeah.
and you both correct me if I'm wrong, but sometimes it's not even coming up with the garment because you'll come up with, I'm going to do pants and I'm going to sew this and I'm going to do that, I'm going to do that. And then you try it on and the fit is all wrong. And that's what f***ed up. I think the fit is probably the hardest part. What do you ladies think? Do you think that that's probably the most challenging part.
It most definitely is.
Yeah.
Like, especially if you have to use, because not all of the materials are going to stretch. Like, you kind of got it easy if you pick something that stretches, but especially if it doesn't stretch, like, you really have, like, Roxy's, that's why I commend that, because nothing on that table that she chose stretched at all. It's like denim and cow print, and nothing was, like, stretchy. So to get a fit on that stuff, like, that is really impressive.
Yeah, if I'm gonna do a design challenge on Drag Race, that's gotta have some stretch in it. It's gonna have to.
Yeah.
I mean, like, not even. It's gotta be like full downward dog.
Yeah.
Like, it's fully, like, loosey
Full
goosey,
downward
ready
dog,
to stretch,
bitch.
honey.
Yes, God.
Now let's talk about Chanel's Christmas look.
Okay.
How do we feel about it? Angeria?
Merry Christmas.
I liked it.
Yeah.
I like.
Listen.
Yeah, I thought it was good.
I liked it.
If you pay close attention to Angeria's volume and the voice and how high and low, you can tell she's lying when she goes higher. And she's only done it twice today. I've been clocking it. And that was one of them. So tell me how you really felt about that.
No, I do like it though. But first of all, what I look like sitting up here saying I didn't like it and I helped the bitch. I'm like, yeah, girl, I screwed her up, girl.
Sabotage!
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 No, but I will say I really was proud of what she was able to, because Chanel does not sew. And
Which
like we were
shocks
saying,
me.
it shocked me too, because I didn't know that she didn't know how to sew. So the fact that, I helped her with like the body of it, but she did all of the rest of the finishing and adding everything to it and stuff, and I think it was still cute. Like, I think it still came out serviceable.
Yeah, I'm a Christmas queen too. I love to put just too many things on my head. It's like a thing I love to do. So I appreciated that.
No, I thought it was cute. It fit.
Yeah.
It did its thing.
And then it's Christmas though. Like, I kind of feel like
No, it's
this
not.
not
baby,
gonna
it's
sound
not.
this not gonna sound good when I say this, but I feel like you kind of get a pass with when you get something like Christmas to be a little like
tacky.
Well, that wasn't gonna be my word,
Because Christmas, you know
but
what I mean. Like,
you get what I mean.
Yeah.
Like, because Christmas is busy. That's the word I'm looking for.
Busy.
It's busy.
Okay,
like,
yeah.
people, like, you best believe Chanel's house at Christmas time is probably so busy. looking, but it's pretty. It's sickening. But that's a lot of stuff. And
It's
so her
true.
outfit was a lot of stuff. So yeah,
it's very rare that you're like, this Christmas is giving fashion.
yeah, that's
You
what I'm
don't
saying.
say- You know what I
She
mean? Like,
knew. She said, and she knew. Like, when we were getting ready, they were already rolling out the tables. I think the moment she saw that table, Chanel was like, "Yep, Christmas." Yeah, cause she said that when she was there. She was like, she would be like, "I'm not good at this, but Christmas."
I love that even RuPaul was like, yeah, girl, no one's surprised. We all know this about you.
Yeah.
She doesn't know her name, but she knows she loves Christmas.
and
I'm joking.
And on that note, let's go right back to the show.
Yes. Seattle. No.
Okay. How do we feel about the critiques? Do we agree with everything?
I wanted more praise
Yeah.
for Angie. I really loved hers. I
Yeah.
don't know if it's
Thank
between
you.
you, Roxy, or Plastique. Y'all are my top three, Diva.
Yeah.
Thank you. I'm gonna disagree. No, and that's not taking
What
away
did the
nothing
judges
from
say?
me, but I really did like the four that they discussed. Like, I loved the Got Mix.
Yeah.
I loved Nina's. Loved Roxy's and Plastiques. So
Yeah.
I thought that, but I did think maybe, I don't know whose spot she would have took, but I did think there was a possibility for Nina possibly being in the top just because she had just improved so much in her own personal journey. So I thought they were, like, I'm literally the person that told her, like, girl, you definitely need to change. Like, I'm like, if there was any other week, because they really praised it, and rightfully so, she looked phenomenal. So I was like, yeah, I think there's a chance she could have been in the top, but.
Do you think she's secretly a seamstress this whole time?
And she's just been lying
She's
to
just been
us
f***ing with
time
us,
and
yeah.
just- yeah. It's just been bad on purpose. Like, no. I'm just- I'm talking about the design stuff, the design challenges.
I'm sure.
Girl.
Yeah. No, I agree. I think those were that was got mix. It was fat. Did you say boo? There's no such thing as
We don't do all that here.
Wait, hold on.
You didn't like it?
I'm not known for reading anyone in my audience ever. But I can start now. No, I'm just kidding. I'm kidding. No, there's no booing here. It was beautiful. Can you do anything like that? Can you? Remotely similar. No? Then you shouldn't be booing. Now, with that said, I think Gottmik gave fashion. It was fashion.
It was so cool.
And then I do think that Nina, it was so elevated from everything she's
So
done
elevated,
that it was like
so elevated.
But Plastique brought something that was so over the top.
That's what I was gonna say.
Never
And
been.
then-
yeah.
And then Plastique she just really went for it and was able to execute it. I kind of gagged that Michelle was like, "Oh, the lining."
The lining.
We all did.
You tried it. I always say this too. Like, this is the stage, right? Let's say this is the main stage. Those judges are all the way over there, up on a table, like all the way over there. When they say like the lining, I'm like, that's when I go to Angeria. I'm like, I finished my dress, but I didn't get into the lining. And then production hears it on sound. And then they're like, Michelle,
I see what you're saying.
Michelle, we're gonna need you to talk about the lining. I promise you, in the back one time, I said, this hair, I don't know if it's giving, is it rock or I feel like I'm getting Dolly Parton. I said, I feel like I'm getting Dolly Parton. The exact words out of Michelle's mouth were, it's giving me Dolly Parton. I'm like, you? Like,
She's listening.
it's very that. It's very that.
No, but you do have to be careful about what you say.
You have to.
Yeah, especially at Roscoe's. No booing.
Yes. Yes. So
I love that y'all are calling out your friend.
Yeah.
Keep him accountable.
It's her.
Yes.
So the trick was on All Stars 8 is, and this was Candy that taught us this. She's like, when he would do this, and then production would yell at Candy, stop it. It was like, if you're having a conversation with somebody, you're like, Angie, and you start hitting your mic like this, and you're like, Angie, hey, are we gonna da-da-da? And you say whatever, but you're hitting the mic the whole time so that they wouldn't get what you're saying. Isn't that shady?
It is. No. But speaking of not saying things, one of our VIP members, Virgin in Bucharest, wants to know for all three of you divas, between casting and when their show premieres, how different was it from your original season to an All Stars?
Can you use it in a sentence?
How different was the experience between filming and when it aired from your original season to All Stars? Like that little 8-month period of not telling anybody.
How was it different
the
the second
waiting
time
period.
around?
Yes.
Oh, the waiting period. How was it?
Did I not say that right? Did that make sense?
I know, I get it. I get it.
It kind of didn't.
No,
They're not going to tell you, but
it
I'm going to
makes-
tell you that it kind of didn't make sense.
Thank you, Angie.
How was your waiting experience? Was it different? Or was it the same? I felt kind of the same for me.
No, I think because this time was longer. Like the first time, we only had to wait like 6 months, and this time we had to wait a year. So it really felt like I almost forgot, like that I was on it. Like I was like, oh yeah, I am on TV, ain't I? But no, it does feel, like I said, the first time you kind of get to keep that momentum because it's right around the corner. Before you know it, you're doing promos in like 3 months. But this time we're not doing promos until like the next year, and then it's like, oh, and then so you kind of lose momentum about it, and then you pick it back up once it starts. Like once the regular season came on, once season 16 came on, that's when I was kind of like, okay, like because I know once they go off, we're gonna come on.
Yeah.
So I started getting excited again.
So promos, y'all want to gag because for season 8 regular season, okay. So the way it works now is you shoot the season. And then production goes back and they start thinking about a theme and they choose a theme. And then months later, you go, they'll give you the theme and the budget, and then you shoot the promo. So, for example, we wrapped filming for All Stars 8 in August, and then in November, we shot the promo.
Right.
For the regular season 8, our promo, we shot the first episode, I get eliminated, and then they say, we're going to shoot the promo tomorrow. So
well, you know they still do it that way.
Hold on. So look at this. Look at this. Not only are we shooting the promo tomorrow, we're also going to shoot Meet the Queens. I'm the only one eliminated at this time. The only one. And look at this. They're not allowed to talk to me. I'm in the same room as all the queens, and they are not allowed to talk to me.
Oh, that's horrible.
How hard was that for you?
How am I supposed to sit? And then they're like this. So tell us, why do you win? Tell us, how are you going to serve it? I was just bawling a couple hours ago, and I was the only one eliminated. And now you want me to do Meet a Queens and come off, give you uniqueness, nerve, and talent? Are you kidding me? Like, it was that bad back in the day where they would just figure out when they were going to do the promo or Meet the Queens and just throw it into the mix. And so it was crazy because Acid Betty was like, oh, she's bitter. She's bitter. And then I overheard, and I'm like, Acid, no, they just told me I can't talk to you. That's all. And then they're like, oh, my God, we're so sorry. But it was tough back then because it just wasn't like the way it is now. I think they were still like trying to figure it out. I don't know, but it was
I'm
bad.
pretty sure the international seasons, a lot of them still do it that way.
You want to know?
Yes.
Okay, so I've done it was the same way for season 11 and All Stars 6. It was a year later, and they bring us back, and it's very glamorous. And it's we're literally at a resort. And it's like it's like a famous art director, and they like ask what music you want to play, and they have the fan going, and it's like your moment, it's your fantasy, because they're selling this season, right? It's like this gorgeous, glamorous moment. And so I was so excited. I was like, ooh, we're international, girl. We're out here in London. And it was the day after we filmed the finale. They said, girl, your call time's like 4 a.m. tomorrow morning. And then you got to get on an airplane. So I literally basically got on the airplane in my promo gown. I was like, can I take a shower? No. I said, well, can I wash my face? They said, yeah, you have to do that. I said, okay. So there I am in a literal cold sink washing my face, go straight to the airport. Yeah, so it was like literally the opposite, girl. It was literally the opposite. But I prefer the glamorous resorts, I think.
I would too. Yeah, I would too.
It was my birthday also, fun fact.
Oh, was it?
Yeah, it was my birthday.
Aw. Dude, actually, you're...
Thank you.
Low-key.
Very belated.
Low-key, though, your promo was stunning. You look absolutely beautiful.
Which one?
This whole story, I would have never believed it based on how you looked. You look absolutely gorgeous.
Thank you.
Yeah, you look
I mean,
beautiful.
that's the thing. That we're drag queens, like, right? Back to what your drag mother was telling you about. We're entertainers, right? Or no, sorry, that was Nina on TV. That was what's happened. Nina's drag mother talking about how drag queens, this is what our job is. Yeah. We're entertainers. We get it together, and we make it work at whatever, situations we're put in. Sometimes you forget your panties and you just got to go to the gig, You just make it work.
We always make it work. We're gonna go get her some panties. While we do that, let's go back to the show. Work. Okay, we need to get into Untucked. So I just want to ask one question, and then we're gonna go right into Untucked. She snipped you. Were you expecting it? How did she make you feel? We saw the hand stick out. How did it make you feel?
That's exactly how I felt. Like, no shade, I already knew. Like, when I tell you, I would have hit the floor like plastic if she didn't. Like, I would have been like, girl, what? Yeah. Like, I fully knew she was going to. Like, no shade, I kind of felt like, I didn't know for sure, but I kind of felt like if anybody did, they might have, like, snipped me. But I knew she was. Like, I was for sure. Because she said it the first time, eye for an eye, so I'm like, girl, she's about to do it again. It's fine. It's fine. This is the game me and Roxy playing right now. We just eye for an eye for an eye. So
On that note,
But
we're
I felt
gonna
better this
more
time,
eye,
though. I felt better this time, though. Like, much better, because this time I was just like, girl, it's fine. And the only thing that was in my head was, after this, that's it.
Yeah.
We could just compete. Now that's fine. We're taking this out of the equation. We finna just do it to the finish.
Now we can
So,
just keep. We can move on. We can move on.
Yeah, we
now.
can move
We
on
move
from this. So
yeah,
I was
absolutely.
like, it's cool, girl. It's cool. You got me.
Yeah.
But that's the last time
That's
you
the
can
last
get
time.
me. Yeah.
And we're gonna go into Untucked. But are we all in agreement with the winner of the lip sync? Yes, Roxy. And we're all happy that Plastique finally learned a song. All right, let's go back. Let's go to the show.
Wow.
Let's go back
and
to
we're
the show.
all sad that Angeria got cut off, right? Okay.
So Chanel was talking about valuing herself and finding value in herself and whatnot. Really quick question for the both of you. Is there something that you either learned about yourself or found out while competing that you came to a realization while competing on Drag Race?
Yeah, I learned cover that beard up, baby.
That's a good one. That's
she
a
means
good
me.
one.
She's talking about me.
That was a season 11 lesson for
That's
me.
a good one. What about you, Angeria?
If anything, I feel like, thanks to RuPaul, I feel like she told me one time that I was getting off on like being nervous, like on my season. She was like, every time you get up here, like on the stage, you're always like so nervous before we like give you critiques. You always look like you're about to just yourself. And I'm like, well, I kind of am.
Yeah.
But she's like, you don't have to be. She was like, she was like, I think you're getting off on it. Like, I think you're, like, psyching yourself out on purpose. And I honestly felt like I did that for real. So, like, this time around, I was like, no, I'm not.
Yeah.
Like, I don't have to do that. I don't have to be nervous. She literally tells you, you already got the job. You don't have to be nervous. So I literally take that with me, like, every time. Everything I do for the first time now, whether it's acting or whatever, I'm like, just do it. There's no reason to be nervous. It does not matter. Just do it.
Yeah. That's awesome, and that's good advice. Anyone that ever wants to audition for Drag Race, I say put that into your head. It's like if you get cast, you got the job already.
Yeah.
Just go have fun.
Yeah.
I think that's the best advice. On that note, let's go right back to the show. Okay, we're gonna do just one question, and we're gonna go right back into Untucked. So we just saw Georges talk about dating, and I want everyone up here to touch on it just a tad bit so we go back into Untucked. Dating, it's a very challenging thing with what we do, right? I want to hear what your take is on dating and where you're at with it. Let's start with you, Scarlet. She's like,
Georges and I have a few things in common.
Put your trade in drag, too?
No, not that part. Yeah, it's difficult because, being gamous, as we call it, is the kind of the, I don't know. It's complicated. No, I'm single, if that's what you're asking. Yeah, I'm single, I'm versatile. And I live in LA, so I don't know. Dating in LA is also not great. Also, I don't know, that has nothing to do with drag in general. But yeah, you know what? I think we get really amazing opportunities presented to us through this show. And I'm just kind of living my best life, I think what Roxy said, don't settle.
right.
I'm not concerned necessarily.
Yeah.
So what about you?
Me? I've been single for like over 5 years now. And I feel like now I'm finally ready like to have something. Like, no shade, like these past 3 years of Drag Race, I was like, girl, I couldn't. I even tried talking or dating to people, and it just, my focus just wasn't there. And how could it be? Because we just are moving around so much. So now I kind of feel like that I'm kind of like established and settled. Now I feel like I could actually maintain something. Like, I'd love to have somebody with me that can go with me when I travel and go to gigs and make vacation out of like places I go to and stuff. So
Love that.
Batty.
To have, what's your take on dating in our scene?
Well, it's, as we know, it's hard. Yeah, it's just hard.
Yeah.
It's period, point blank. I mean, we're up here doing what we do. People fangirl and crush over us, and then when the makeup comes off, they're like, oh, you know, it's a completely different scene. So, like, I understand where Roxy is. You'll know when that right one is there for you, for sure.
Yeah, for sure.
Very much that. I want to say, I think maybe me and Naysha may be on the same page. The partners we're with now, we were working on ourselves, and I think they just came into our lives. They were also on their own journey, and it just worked out. They understood what went into drag, how things were going to go, and still loved us and accepted us through all those.
Absolutely. You know, I think Monica Beverly Hills, shout out to Monica, she said something that I think resonates in this, and it's that I think she's just said, drag is what I do, it's not who I am, right? And so it's so funny when someone says, well, I don't know if I could date a drag queen. And it's like, well, I'm not going to the movies. Naysha's not going to the movies with you. You will not be dating a drag queen. So it's a very, very ignorant thing to say and an ignorant way of thinking. Because if you're dating an accountant, he doesn't come with a calculator and some files.
To if
you're dating a doctor, he doesn't perform surgery at lunch. Do you get what I'm saying? You're not going to be a drag queen. And as long as you're okay with me being an artist, I think we'll be all good. So I just want to make sure we get that across because, you know, a lot of people in our industry, it is very challenging, you know, dating, and it shouldn't be because drag queens are some of the most empathetic, understanding, and loving relationships that I've ever had, and I can only imagine what you would get in a partner from someone who does drag. With that said,
okay,
let's go right back to the show. Yes, I live. Okay, so at this point, we are going to say goodbye to the front bar. Bye, front bar. And we're going to say goodbye to everyone who is not a VIP member. We're going to have a Q&A over here. So if anyone in the front bar would like to join the Q&A with our two guests, please come back here and join us. We're going to throw some music on over there and Kiki, but Q&A back here. And if you are not a VIP member, what are you waiting for? Join, join, join. Let's make some noise for Miss Scarlet and Miss...
Keep that going for Angeria, Paris, VanMicheals.
Please keep that going for the beautiful Batty Davis.
Make some noise for Caramel Deville.
And make some noise for Naysha Lopez.
Thank you.